This is my way of saying don't allow anger, fear, jealousy, greed, or any negative emotion to drive your decisions or behavior. I'm not saying you won't feel this way, but don't allow them to drive decisions or behaviors. One of my favorites, pray and be still in the moment. There will be times when you are so angry or so disappointed, for example, that you will react instead of respond to the situation. You have to pray and be still in the moment when you can't find the right words to express yourself, or perhaps you can find them, but you know you will regret them later. Be careful what you ask for, but always ask. Another one of my favorites, choose wisely your life partner and your playmates until then carefully. Do-overs are costly and painful, so try to get it right the first time. Actually make a shopping list of what you're looking for in a partner, and then make sure you have everything that's on your list. Learn how to be a good parent before you have children. And even if you think you don't want children, take a course. We protest experimenting on animals, but we go into parenthood with no formal training whatsoever. Take a class or two. Not only will you be a better parent, but you'll be a better leader. And get to know yourself. As Warren Bennis says, to become a leader, you first have to become who you are. And my last one, which is serve me well. Don't become blinded by the limitations that others might set for you. And especially, don't become blinded by the limitations you set for yourself. I have one personal story about navigating an unforeseen that I want to share before I close. One of the best and most interesting jobs in my career was a job, when it was offered to me, I didn't want it. It was not on my career planning radar at all. Plus, it was a risk. It was outside of my comfort zone at the time. As I recall, he could have knocked me over better when my CEO called me into his office and he said, "Donna, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let you go." And for a nanosecond, I thought he was fired. Then he continued, "I need you to go run our human resources." And for a nanosecond, I was trying to figure out what had I done wrong. You see, unfortunately, at that time in my company, human resources, and I apologize to my HR colleagues, but it was the graveyard in that company where you would go to sort of move on into the sunset. It's very different today, and not just because I was responsible for it. In my mind and in my experience, I was an operations executive, a CPA. I had 2 securities licenses. So my plan was to go back to business operations after my 3-year development assignment. It had been a great 3 years. I learned a lot. I was ready to run a business. So I gracefully tried to climb his own. But he quickly added, "Donna, there comes a time in every executive's career when you serve the pleasure of your CEO. I need you to go do this. Trust me." I responded, "When do I start?" Thank God he made me take